really excited you're watching this. So today we're going to be running the Spark Scalafix upgrade tool. We've done a bunch of work on it in the past little while. It's made a lot of progress. We're still going to keep adding more rules to it based on feedback, and so please do reach out if you find issues with upgrading. Obviously, we're not going to be able to address all of the issues that you might encounter when upgrading Spark. But let's try to get sort of the common case, the main problems that we expect that you're going to encounter while you're upgrading Spark. So with that being said, let's go ahead and switch over to our lovely terminal view. So here we go. As you can see, I just ran the demo right beforehand, so hopefully works again. So let's go ahead and get started. So what I have made is I've made a shell script to sort of automate some of the demo. So it starts off by deleting the old version, the previously migrated version of the project. And it also cleans up sort of the output files. We've got this like temporary local warehouse that we're using for testing, and it deletes some of the jars that are produced. It does a clean build of the base 2.4 version. That's the SPT clean. And it also goes ahead and downloads a bunch of different versions because we need to be able to test the pipeline in Spark 2 and Spark 3.3. And so it goes ahead and downloads Spark 2.4.8 and also Spark 3.3. It does a bit of copying jars around to make everything work. Not super important. You're not going to have to do that stuff. Hopefully you already have Spark 2 and Spark 3 available to you. Then it goes ahead and it runs the existing test. And everyone's favorite, we're using word count. So it runs word count, checks to make sure that word count succeeds, and then it goes ahead and says like, hey, this is what I'm going to do. So if you wanted to go ahead and use the Spark migration tool yourself, you would follow these instructions here. And these instructions are inside of the docs scala spt.md file. Let's see if I can bring this up. Go down here. So if we go and look at Spark upgrade, docs Scala, and then there's Gradle and SPT. Today we're doing an SPT demo, so this is what it says it's doing, and that is indeed, in fact, actually what it's done. All kinds of fun. So we go ahead and we press enter, and now it's going to go ahead and run our migration rule. And it does that by running Scalafix. Scalafix is a tool for upgrading Spark. Oh, my microphone is low. Interesting. Let's see what I could do to improve it. Filters. Well, I don't think we're going to be able to fix it this time. We'll just go ahead and run this and do another one later. So the other thing that we can see here is once it's done the migration, we're doing the migration in two steps. The first step is we migrate the Spark parts that can be automatically migrated, and the second part is we migrate the parts. We issue warnings for the parts that can't be automatically migrated. Just remembered about a way that I can maybe boost the audio a little bit. So we're going to try that real fast. Okay, so hopefully this gives us slightly better audio and y'all can hear me better. We'll go from there. Anyways, so goes ahead, does that, and this sort of issues the like warnings. So it's great. We're going to say we probably fixed these. And so we should view our changes. So let's actually go ahead and take a quick look at what the changes are right now. So we've got our Spark demo project. got our Spark Demo Project 3. You can see here our build file, still saying 248 because we haven't rewritten the Spark version yet. I think where we're going to find the differences are going to be in here. It's been a minute since I've actually done this. It's going to be inside of word count. And this is the old pre-migration version. Okay. So if we look through, we can see a few things that have been rewritten. I don't remember what they are, mind you, but let's see here. So it says this will be rewritten in 2 to 3. Yeah, so here we've switched value to key, just like in Spark. What else have we done here? There's other similar things that we've done inside of other parts. Right, yeah, the select here is all the same. Yeah, so anyways, we see like it's done this simple rewrite for us because that's changed, so that's great. We're going to go ahead and say like, yeah, that looks fine. Now it's going to go ahead and upgrade the version, so we're going to go ahead and say yes, do that, and we can go back and make sure that it actually did upgrade the version. Reload this file, and we'll see the Spark version just switch to 3.3.1 for us automatically. And it's done that, in a bunch of places. It might get some places wrong, so if you're doing this, you're going to want to do that manually. This script just automates it because I'm lazy. Now this runs the tests again. We can see the test pass, but not everyone's data pipelines have all of the tests that they really should have, so it then goes ahead and compares these two side by side using this pipeline comparison tool. And so all it's really doing is running the 2.4.8 version and the 3.3 version and checking their output. And we can see here it said like, yeah, everything looks great, this is fine. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is, that's all well and good, but we also want to know, like, is this going to catch actual errors? Like, what about if we had data that was changing, or something like that? Now, data that's changing, we wouldn't necessarily want to flag it. We might want to let it through. In this situation, though, we're trying to cause a failure, so we've set our tolerance to 0 so that we can make sure that any small change does indeed result in an error. So we can see we succeeded with a 0% difference, but we're going to go ahead and run this, and our syslog is probably going to have some extra stuff put in, so we're going to expect this to fail now because there's difference. It's going to take a few more seconds to run, and then hopefully we'll see the errors. While it's doing that, okay, there we go. So we succeeded, failed as expected. That's great. Let's go ahead and take a look at what some of the rules are that we have and how they work. So if we go look inside of the Scalafix directory, rules, src, main, we can see these are sort of the rules that we have. We have accumulator upgrades, expression encoder changes, group by key rewrites. The other one that is deceptively simply named is, where is it? Oh, there we go. Spark SQL call external. And what this does is this calls into another tool that we've been working on, which is SQLFluf, and we've created a bunch of rules for SQLFluf, and we can actually go ahead and look at those rules. Over here, we can see that there's a bunch of different rules to rewrite sort of SQL issues, and there's changes in how Spark does casting and stuff like that. And so what this does is, if you've embedded SQL as a string literal inside of your Spark Scala code, this actually takes that string literal, calls into SQLFluf, does a rewrite, checks to see if anything's changed, and if it has, puts the new version in your code as well. I think it's really cool how we integrated these tools. I mean, like, from a practicality point of view, like, there's nothing special, right? We're just writing out a file and calling a shell command, but it's also just, I think, really cool that we can use tools to migrate the different parts of our code, because we tend to have mixed language code like this, so I think it's pretty cool. Anyways, that's what this is. That's how it works. It's relatively simple. And I hope that if you have a Spark project where you're trying to upgrade to Spark 3.3, you give it a shot. I will continue to do more live streams where we're developing more rules, sort of based on user feedback as we go. And thanks everyone for watching. Bye!